Welcome back, trainers. So you guys agreed with me. You wanted to see a team revolving around Umbreon. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. So I decided to go with Azumarill as well as Hypno. Now I'm going to tell you this right off the bat. This team was absolutely amazing. Umbreon is very good. I should have been using this thing all along, to be honest with you. Now, we do have the Azumarill to kind of protect it from Charmers and fighting type Pokemon, as well as Hypno to protect it from the fighting types and then possibly some Charm users. Now, the thing about this team is you can kind of do different things with it. You can go ahead and go with Play Rough or Hydro Pump on the Azumarill, or Ice Beam, whatever you choose. Personally, for me, like we just seen, I do have Hydro Pump and Ice Beam for my Hypno. For this first one here, it's going to be different. We're going to take a look at the shiny one here in just a moment, which is going to have Shadow Ball and Fire Punch. Now you can switch up those moves to your liking and, go with what you want there. Personally, I found it kind of, pretty good with the Shadow Ball as well as the Fire Punch. Fire Punch for the Steel types, Registeel mostly, and then Shadow Ball to just hit neutral as well as other types of Pokemon. It may be a little bit redundant to go with Dark type and Shadow Ball because everything that's weak to Dark is going to also be weak to Ghost. So, I just found it okay. It worked out good for me. Nonetheless, we gained a ton of points with this team. We're going to have a long video here, so sit back, grab a snack, let's go ahead and go over this, and at the end, I will have your daily dose of Athena. I'm going to be showing you how I'm kind of training her young and teaching her how to sit. So this Hypno that I'm currently using for this one and only battle is going to have Psy Strike, Psy Shock, and Fire Punch. Always get those two moves confused because they sound similar. So yeah, I was contemplating if I wanted to go with potentially the Ice and Thunder Punch Hypno that we covered a while back because that thing is amazing. But the thing is, it can get stuck up against certain matches and just be doing nothing really up against the other Pokemon. So Shadow Ball having a good neutral damage against a lot of other Pokemon. So one of the reasons why I wanted to go with the Shiny Hypno is because, well, I kind of wanted an all-shiny team, as well as I do have some of these Pokemon, well, should I say some of these Hypnos set up with specific moves so I don't have to TM them and use, say, like 20 TMs to get the move I want because it does have such a vast move pool. Anyways, let's go ahead and focus on this commentary up against the Azumarill here, getting some energy on our Umbreon and kind of just going into our own Azumarill up against the mirror match here. They do have Hydro Pump, which is good, and we're simply going to just go for a Hydro Pump here. Thought they might change, but it looks like they're going to be sticking this one out. After I get my Hydro Pump off, then they decide to go ahead and go in with their Registeel here. We're able to get to the Hydro Pump. Please let this go through. And we get it through. Now we also have the Hypno with the Fire Punch, which can handle that. But at this point, with that low of health, we can bring in Umbreon here and take it out with simply Dark moves, right? So they're taking us out, which is fine. Going to go ahead and go in here with the Umbreon and go with that Foul Play. This is going to do nice neutral damage. We do have to look out for that Focus Blast, but at this point, they're not going to be able to get it off. We're able to farm down. We have a ton of energy, and we don't 100% know if this Azumarill has Play Rough. I'm assuming it's Hydro Pump Ice Beam because they would have probably went with Play Rough right there. So we're going to be able to do okay in this matchup here and go ahead and go for that last resort. Now, the IVs on my Umbreon are absolutely hideous. It's ranked horribly, like around 2,000 something. I do have another one that does have Last Resort because I did make several when we did get the Community Day at the end of the year. I was contemplating on purchasing a secondary move for that, but we'll just see how that does work out. Alright, so hopefully they think I have an Ice Punch on this, and we're just going to go for Fire Punch, and let's see if we can get a shield out of them. And we do, that's fantastic. We still have 2 shields, but we're putting everything on this Hypno here with our last 2 shields and half health at this point. So, going to build up to another Fire Punch here, a little bit beyond. Shielding this up as well. This is going to be a close one. I don't know about this. See if we can get that last shield out of them. And we do. Fantastic. Can we get to the Shadow Ball? And we're getting there. Fantastic, folks. So that was a very close one here. Surviving with like 2 or 3 HP. And looking good. Moving it on to the next one here. Man, we have a long video. We're met with an Melmetal. So not the best because they can hit us with superpowers back to back. And that's going to do quite a bit of damage. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our Azumarill here to absorb this Rock Slide I was expecting another switch, but it looks like they want to get some more damage onto our Azumarill before they do switch out potentially here. And they're going to be going into their own Azumarill. So not the best position. We're going to have to probably go back in. Well, if they hit us with they're going to probably go Ice Beam at this point and not reveal a Hydro Pump because, yeah, there's no point. We were so low on health. Able to get to another Hydro Pump. So we do not know 100% that this Azumarill does have Play Rough. So we're just going to go back in here with our Umbreon and hope they do have Hydro Pump at this point. And it is, which is okay, because Play Rough is going to be doing a little bit more damage. So going for the last resort here. And it looks like they're swapping into their Altaria here, which is perfectly fine. We're going to go ahead and go for the Foul Play. And it's going to be doing alright damage. Since we did have a bunch of energy, we're going to be able to hit another one here. And at this point, that's perfectly fine. They can take our Umbreon down. I do not mind that whatsoever. So hitting us with a Sky Attack, and we're going to go in here with the Azumarill. Don't know what I was really doing. So at this point, what we're going to do is simply farm it all the way down. So we have a ton of energy for whatever they do bring back in here. They still have 2 shields, so I don't know about this battle honestly here. Bringing in that Melmetal, we do have Fire Punch, so that's a little bit of coverage and some good news here. They're using their first shield, and we're going to be able to hit another Fire Punch back to back. They're shielding it up again, so now they're shieldless. We have 1 shield. I think we're going to have to shield our Hypno at this point. Can we do this? I don't know. I was trying to swap into my Azumarill to potentially catch this Rock Slide here. So we're just going to go ahead and get this off and see if we're going to be able to pull this one off here. So taking them out, in comes the Azumarill, fantastic. In comes the Melmetal, and we have a double KO. And since I do have the Azumarill in the back, we're going to be able to take the win there. Fantastic. Moving in on to the next battle. Let's see what we do have going on here. Going to be starting with Umbreon the entirety of this video. For the entirety. We're met with another Umbreon here, so just a mirror match. Honestly, I haven't really done this before. This is going to be the first time I've been in a mirror match like this, and you obviously just want to go for that last resort, and simple as that. So I kind of wanted to gain the energy advantage at this point, so getting in an extra Snarl, but let's just see how this plays out here. Honestly, my IVs are not the best, so I think they're going to potentially win this here. So continuing to hit these last resorts. And if you are planning on running Umbreon yourself, should you just go in with Foul Play? Absolutely not. You need last resort. By all means, if you want to test it out with just that one move, go ahead. But you're going to need that Community Day last resort. So they make a very nice swap into Deoxys. And me being kind of new to this team, foolishly go into my Azumarill when I could have went in with my Hypno and potentially hit it with a Shadow Ball here. So still getting comfortable with it, but nonetheless it served me well, and the point gain that I had today was just amazing. So this is going to be my last Great League battles until they come back around with all of the leagues open, because we're going to be seeing Ultra League very soon. And I do not want to waste my battles when we do get Ultra League for that morning. So I'm just going to wait and carry them over to that specific league. So getting to the Shadow Ball here, let's see if they decide to use the shield. Well, yeah, they got one more shield left, and then they have the Cast Form in the back. This is not looking great. They swap to potentially catch some sort of charge move. We're able to get to Shadow Ball, and this is great. Using that shield, but we do have an Azumarill in the back. And, well, every move that we have is not very effective. So what I decided to do is just let this go through, and we're just going to take the loss because they pretty much had that one in the bag. So good game and well played. I love those cast forms, especially that water one. So we're met with a Dugong for this match here. And assuming it is a double legacy, right? Because I don't think anybody else is going to be running Dugong in the Go Battle League. That's not a double legacy here. So just going to have to play this one out, doing less and less damage every time they hit an Icy Wind. They're going to be making a swap, which is fantastic. So we're just going to go into our Azumarill here. Now, Azumarill is obviously a great counter to Medicham, but I could have went with my Hypno as well and hit it with Shadow Ball, but that's all right. Still getting comfortable, like I said here, and also thinking about what they could potentially have in the back with that specific lead that they did have here. So they're just going for power punches. Another power punch, and it is starting to accumulate. As you can see, our health is, a little bit below half, and those are not very effective moves. Over time, it will add up, especially with the attack being raised with power up punch. They're deciding to use a shield and go in with Haunter, and we're going to go ahead and go in with our Hypno. So fantastic. Good thing we saved that. Looking great. Hypno is going to be strong against the majority of their team here. And we take it down. We block that charge move. In comes a Dugong. And we're going to go ahead and go for the Fire Punch here. Kind of trying to bait out that shield, and we get it. Great. Now after this, I think we can just go ahead and go with that Shadow Ball. Don't think it's going to quite KO because they did lower our attack. Can we please get to another one before they get to a Icy Wind? Fantastic. All right, see how much damage this does with lowered attack. That's all right. That's perfectly fine. We're going to go ahead and let this Hypno go down at this point, and then bring in our Umbreon, I do believe, right? And they're going to be bringing in... What was that last Pokemon? Oh yeah, Medicham, duh. And then they bring in their Dugong. It's game over there, so we take the win. Looking great. Moving it on to the next one here. And we're met with a Meganium. Now, this one was a little nervous about that whole Meganium thing. Frenzy Plant's way OP. But my goodness, this thing is amazing. Umbreon's a beast. Even with horrible defense IVs, the thing could take a hit. I mean, wow. No wonder a lot of people use it. So, I guess I'm going to jump on board the Umbreon train here. So, hitting them with that foul play, as you can see, we're neck to neck. And nobody's used a shield at this point. I think I do decide to use one here. Oh, no, never mind. Braving it out here and getting off another charge move, which didn't KO because they decided to use the shield. So I'm going to be going in here with Hypno, so I can gain a little bit of energy here. And they're going to be swapping into their Azumarill. So what we're going to do is simply go for the Shadow Balls and hope they do not shield this first one up. And we're going to be able to get it through. So we do have our own Azumarill in the back. And since that Meganium has pretty much been taken out, our Azumarill can roam free, I think, after this. We'll see. Let's see if we can get another shield out of them here, or a shield out of them. And we do. Fantastic with the Fire Punch. Looking great. That's always nice. Not very effective. And going to go ahead and bring in the Azumarill. Now, kind of want to farm down a little bit, but let's see. They're going to, hitting us with Hydro Pump and swapping into Meganium. We're going to be able to bubble that down, getting more energy, going back in with their Azumarill here. And I'm going to be swapping into our Umbreon. I wanted to catch a charge move, but unfortunately I was not able to. I'm going to be shielding up this Hydro Pump and hope they have something in the back that I can take out. We're going to farm this thing all the way down. All right, so it's going to be a Whiscash. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Hydro Pump. No more shields on both ends here. So now we're going to go for Ice Beam, and it's going to be enough to KO. This is going to get pretty close here. If they get another one of those charge moves, obviously we're done for. But we had enough energy saved up that we're going to be able to take them out with the Ice Beam and take the win. Let's go. Let's go. I went 4-1 several times today. Man, this team was putting in work for me. So we're met with a Stunfisk. And yet again, another matchup. I'm not really too familiar with Umbreon here. I'm not really familiar with a lot of them. Hitting us with Discharge, tanking it like a champion, and just going to be going for the foul plays over and over again until they possibly shield here. I was thinking about making a swap into my Azumarill and kind of farming it down, but that would have been at kind of a risk because we're going to probably have to take a Discharge, or we can go in with the Hypno and farm down and have energy ready to go. So since they do have that Stunfisk, I'm trying to think probably some sort of flying type in the back because they want to take out potential Azumarills. Maybe a Altaria. It's an Altaria. There you go. So we just have to see what is in the back there. Going to be taking, well, not taking them, doing a little bit of damage to the Umbreon. Going down there with a lot of energy, unfortunately. Swapping into our own Hypno here. So Hypno versus Hypno. And we do have Shadow Ball. If this is a double punch, like Ice Punch and Thunder Punch, we're going to be able to win this, I think. Please let this go through. Oh, yeah, this is game over for us. In a good way here. We're just going to be letting these go through because they're not doing much damage. Fire Punch. I'm assuming they have Fire Punch and maybe Psy Strike? Psy Shock? Oh, forgive me. I just confuse those every time. And then at this point, they do back out. I had a lot of people back out with this team. Like, it's an obvious win. You know, we're in a winning scenario, so it's good. Thank you for ending it and just letting the match be over. Because I'm going to say a lot of these battles did get dragged on quite for a long time because of the tankiness of everything. The Umbreon, the Hypno, the Azumarill. These are all tanks. Like, seriously, it's amazing. And we're actually going to have a match that does time out here. So we're up against the Ferrothorn. We're just going to be going for the Foul Plays. They're swapping into Toxicroak. Oh, that sounds good. We're going to go right into our Hypno. Let's go. Now, I didn't want to get hit by a Sludge Bomb, so we're going to go ahead and shield this up. So good call on my end here. And now we have a ton of energy ready to go. They're bringing in Altaria. We're going to go ahead and go for Shadow Ball. Maybe should have baited, but let's see. Now we're able to get it through. Fantastic. Fire Punch isn't going to be doing anything. So since we threatened them with that Shadow Ball, we can build up to another one and then hit them with potentially Fire Punch to see if we can get that shield out of them. I think that's what we do here. So please, let's draw that last shield. We'll be looking fantastic. Nope, we did not. That's okay. So we're just going to swap into our Umbreon immediately with that energy built up and go for the foul play. Oh, but they made a very nice swap themselves. Okay, touche. Touche. Right. So Power Whip doing a lot of damage. Able to get to another foul play here. And just trying to do as much damage to this thing. Taking it out. Bringing in that Umbreon. And this is game. We have a full health Azumarill here. So looking good so far. So I'm actually able to get some of these wins, looking nice, even with a not so great lead. Moving it on to the next one here. And remember, if you do enjoy these videos, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does help me out a lot. So that'd be appreciated. We have a horrible lead into a Wigglytuff. So we're swapping into our Hypno here. Obviously not going to be going for Shadow Ball and just going for Fire Punch. Deciding to shield up their Wigglytuff. Okay. And I think I do decide to shield this up as well so we can get off one more Fire Punch. And then we're going to be going back in here with maybe Umbreon. I think we're going to be a little brave here. I don't really recall this battle too much. So we get both shields out of them from their first Pokemon. That's good. I think we do go back with Umbreon. Yeah, let's go. Getting a little brave here, going for the foul play because their health is so low. It's not very effective, but it's still going to be able to take them out. Okay, and now they don't have, well, I was thinking they're not going to have something super effective anymore in the back, but they have that Vigoroth. So this kind of threw me off. I was thinking, okay, should I do shield this up? Let it go through? That was a bad shield usage. That was horrible. All right, so I should have definitely saved that for my Azumarill. And they even made a swap into their own Azumarill to catch the foul play. Not very effective. So well played. Well played. And this match is probably not going to happen for me. No bueno. And you're going to go ahead and go for that Hydro Pump. You can't even get mad. I mean, when people make those great switches, there's no lag and everything's, even a decent lead. Well, it was horrible for me, but it doesn't really matter. You can't win them all. But yeah, literally after a lot of these games, it's not really rage-inducing. It's just like pretty much GG. Yep, you got me. Good game. There's no need for me to be upset at that because, well, you simply won that fair and square, no lag, and you got me. So going back in here with the Azumarill, they're going to be able to take us out with Body Slam. Vigoroth is a beast. Well played. All right, moving it on to our next opponent here. And we're met with a Whiscash. So I have to potentially look out for Blizzard, but yet again, this is Umbreon that we're talking about, so it's going to be able to tank anything and everything, right? And doing a ton of damage in return, as well as very spammy with Snarl and the foul play here. So we're good. Yeah, that wasn't the best shield use. I thought a Blizzard was going to be coming my way, but it was just a Mud Bomb, and it turns out that this trainer wanted to go Mud Bomb all the way. So yeah, we wasted a shield and they're up a shield. Not looking the best here. What is good for me, though, is the fact that they just keep spamming Mud Bombs, and we're going to be able to spam right back with foul plays and take them out. We are down to shields, but we can make this work. As soon as I saw that Skarmory, that's going to be great news for me. We do have that Hypno with Fire Punch. We could even go Azumarill, honestly. So I was thinking that there's a Whiscash back there. Maybe there's going to be some sort of grass type if they do have a flyer here, but the Skarmory is to protect the Whiscash, and it's actually a Registeel in the back, so this works as well. Still going to be able to hit that Fire Punch, and we do have a ton of energy built up. Going to be able to hit another one here, and I prefer Fire Punch over Focus Blast because Focus Blast is way too much of a risk. If you land them, and we've showcased that before, it's a beautiful thing. Oh yeah, but the thing is, if they shield it up, that's so much energy right down the drain. It's just gone. Fire Punch, you're going to be doing still pretty good damage up against a lot of the things that are going to be super effective with the Focus Blast. Bastiodon, exception there. But a lot of these Steel types, you're still going to be doing great. So that's why I went with Fire Punch. It's also going to work great for a potential bait. Like we've seen, we even baited out an Azumarill or an Altaria. and got a shield out of them. Bringing in that Skarma here. We're going to go ahead and go back in with the Hypno, trying to potentially catch a Sky Attack, but doesn't look like we're going to be able to win this one here. We get to the Ice Beam, and can we take this thing out and farm down the Registeel? That's the question. I think they're going to be able to farm us down with lock-ons, and they take us out. Well, that was a close battle. Good game. Yep, it's one of those games that you just got to say GG. And we're met with a bad lead here, so we're going to get out of there immediately, going into Azumarill, hoping they do swap, and they go into freaking Lantern, and this is not looking good, really. Fire Punch on our Hypno. Shadow Ball's going to be doing okay, but, I mean, we can go back in with the Umbreon. Let's see exactly what I do here. Just trying to get off as much damage as possible before I go down, of course. And they're farming us down, so they have a lot of energy built up there. We're going to go back in here with our Umbreon and see if we decide to tank this. Yep, it's going to be a Hydro Pump doing a lot of damage there and building up a little bit of extra energy so we can be ready for the potential Toxicroak and hit it with Last Resort here. And I'll let them farm me down. Or not. Or not. Oh, they tried to trick us? Alright, so now we're matched up against the Azumarill here. We have 2 shields. Confusion's doing a ton of damage, and I have that working with me. So if we can get this through, we're going to be looking great. Oh, they decide to shield it, so that is going to be their first shield there. Unfortunately, all that energy down the drain. So hitting us with an Ice Beam. Going to be building up to a Shadow Ball, and then go for Fire Punch. Please use your last shield, please. And they do. Beautiful, because they do not want that Hypno to be matched up with Toxicroak at all. They use their last shield, going for the Last Resort. They're swapping into Toxicroak. We're going to be able to go for another Last Resort here. This is amazing. And now our Hypno is going to be able to go in here and just farm down. We're going to have to obviously shield this, and then we're going to hit the Azumarill with a charge move, but that would have been the plan, but they had so much energy built up, they're able to take us out. So good game! Oh, man, dang it. So close. Moving it on to the next one here, we're met with a Cherum Sunny. So don't really... I mean, they have Dazzling Gleam. They could have Dazzling Gleam, so we have to potentially think about that. Weather Ball, it's going to be Fire type. They also can more than likely have Solar Beam. So hitting us with a Weather Ball, just tickling the Umbreon. Let's go. This thing's amazing. I really think I'm going to invest in the one that I do have that has better IVs for PvP, because I have Last Resort on it, and since this thing is so amazing, I don't want to be cheap. I actually did just buy 2 secondary moves on my EVs today, just because I was looking through them and getting ready for future evolutions or another community day revolving around them where you can evolve them. And I just said, you know, this is a 100 and this one has perfect PvP IVs. I'm just going to go ahead and buy the secondary moves. So 75,000 on each of those. I've been spending a lot of dust lately. A lot of it. I need to start saving up my rare candy. So we're going to be going in here with our own Azumarill and just play the whole Azumarill mirror match. Okay. Going to get hit by that Hydro Pump, which is great. And once they did use that energy, I decided to go ahead and go in here. And we're going to be able to bring out that Registeel and go for the Fire Punches and start adding these up quickly. I do believe I think we shield this first one up. Yep, we want to keep this Hypno healthy in this battle here. We want to be able to at least take 2 more Flash Cannons while we're going to be able to spam these Fire Punches, and they are going to add up. If they want to use that last shield, that's perfectly fine here. We're not going to be using a shield again. Hitting us with 1 Flash Cannon, and going to be going for another one. Now at this point, if they want to use a shield, we're going to be able to go in here with our Azumarill and farm down. They're letting it go through, and we're looking fantastic. We're going to go ahead and let this go through here. And since our Azumarill is pretty healthy with energy, we're going to be able to just go for Ice Beam, trying to draw the shield, but they don't give it up. I think at this point they knew it was a loss, so they're like, whatever, just take me out. So good games, and all right, looking great. Moving it on to the next battle here, and let's see what we have going on. So I feel good. I feel really good because we had such a great run for our last Great League battles until it does return. So we had a fantastic lead there, and they're actually swapping into Deoxys, and I was like, okay, sure, that works. We're able to get a shield out of them, and going in with our Hypno because we do have Shadow Ball. So since they did use a shield at this point, they're not going to be inclined to maybe use another one. Let's see if they do. And they do. Okay. Well, they're shieldless at this point, and what we're going to do is go ahead and shield this up so we can get to another Shadow Ball. Hopefully we can get there before the switch clock is up, but if they do decide to switch, that's Cresselia. And guess what? It's also weak to Shadow Ball. So after we get this off, I do think we're going to be swapping into our Umbreon. Now we have to look out for Moonblast because, yeah, that's super effective and it's going to do a good amount of damage to us. We're going to be shielding up that first one. Our attack did not drop, so thank goodness for that. I didn't want to hit all of those there. I wanted to farm down a little bit. And there we go. They're able to get to another charge. I was thinking, oh, Moonblast again, are you kidding me? But they have Grass Knot, so that works out. Now our Umbreon is loaded, and this is a shieldless game. They're bringing in the Azumarill, and we're just going to be hitting these last resorts like crazy. Or at least just one of them going in with the Hypno and trying to potentially get to a Shadow Ball. But they swap into Deoxys in a shieldless battle and get hit by Shadow Ball. And then the Azumarill's coming back in, farming us down. We still have an Azumarill in the back, full health. So we're looking great. This could take us out. They're going for Ice Beam. Okay, well, this is pretty much in the bag here. We're going to be able to get to another last resort, I do believe, maybe. Oh, no, they had a lot of energy built up. But we do have that Azumarill in the back, which is going to be able to go in here and build up to an Ice Beam and take him out. They decide to back out. Thank you very much. And good game. Moving it on to the next one. Do you see the performance? This is an all shiny tank team. This is amazing. Look at this. This is good. Let's get it. So we have another Meganium matchup here. Since we were able to survive with just a sliver of health last time, deciding to stay into this fight. Unfortunately, I do believe I use a shield this time around, so we'll see how that works. Going to be going for, obviously, another foul play here. And we can survive another Frenzy Plant. And looks like we're not going to be shielding. We might at the very, very end here. Let's see if they want to preserve that Meganium and keep the switch lead, and they do. They decide to farm us down. Not good. We're going to go ahead and go in here with Hypno, shielding this up, farming down, and we'll have energy built up for whatever they do have back there. Taking them out. What are they going to be bringing in? Let's see. It's going to be a Sableye, so this is horrible. Going to go for Fire Punch. As soon as we swap into our Azumarill, it's pretty much game over. Because they can counter. Well, it's not necessarily game over, but I think I do back out because this is a loss for us. And it's a Lantern, and at this point I just backed out to save them the time. Thank you for the game. Nice team comp. Well played. Moving it on to the next one, we're met with a Jirachi. Beautiful. Super effective. Swapping into Azumarill. We're going to be going right into our Hypno here. Yeah, so Fire Punch, it's great. I mean, you've seen it. It's been helping me out quite a bit. Obviously, something else would be great in this position here, but we have Shadow Ball, and that's what it's there for. So, it does take a ton of energy. Unfortunately, they did shield it up. Not looking so hot at this point, and we're going to let the Hypno go down by Ice Beam and go back in here with our Azumarill and have the whole mirror match thing. So, they're down to shield, and our Azumarill has a ton of health. So, this is not a bad situation at all here. Let's just hope they don't have Play Rough. They're going to be swapping into Haunter, and we're going to be going into our Umbreon. Now, unless they have Sludge Bomb, there's nothing that they can do, really. Alright? There's nothing they can do. So I had a hunch here. I was like, you know what? Alright, that's Sludge Bomb. And we let it go through. Still okay. I think I decided to shield this one up just to be safe. Yeah, another Sludge Bomb. Totally. I'm going to be farming here. I could have took it out a long time ago, but I wanted to have extra energy. And I was in a comfortable position. I didn't want to be some try hard. So it's perfectly fine here. Which, there's nothing wrong with being a try hard. Sorry, I didn't mean to like... But anyways, we're going in with our Azumarill and hitting it with Hydro Pump. It's going to do a lot of damage. Looking good. And this is pretty much our game here. I'm going to be getting hit by Doom Desire. Okay. And we have an Ice Beam, and we're simply going to get that off and take the win. Looking good. Moving it on to the next one here. Let's see what we're met with. Oh, it's somebody wearing those earrings. I feel like a lot of those people that do that are like in some sort of secret club. Anyways, they're bringing in that Skarmory. And, of course, got the Umbreon here. This is a matchup that I'm honestly not really familiar with. But it was starting to get a little bit close here, as those wing attacks are doing good damage. And we're going to be able to get to another foul play. Still not giving up that shield. I think I do use a shield here myself. Yup. Want to preserve that health. and getting to another foul play. I was expecting them to use a shield here. Let's see if they do. Letting it go through, so they have something back there. Toxic Oak, there you go. They wanted to go in here and farm down. So, very nice. So what we're going to do is simply let them farm. That's fine. We're going to go in here with Hypno and destroy that frog. Destroy it. They make a swap immediately, which we could have stayed in there and went Shadow Ball, but let's just keep this comfortable here. Let's see if we're going to be able to pull this off. So going into our Azumarill, and we're going to be going for Hydro Pump, expecting this to go through. All right, there it is. And I'm surprised that they didn't shield that up because, well, we have Hypno in the back, and that does not want to, their Toxic Oak does not want to see the Hypno, and they maybe need to preserve this a little bit. So they're going for Psycho Boost. We're able to get to an Ice Beam. Psycho Boost is just so weak unless it's actually doing super effective damage. And they're going to be able to take us out. In comes the Hypno, so we're not going to be fooled this time around. We're not going to let Toxic Oak take us out this time, so we're going to let that first one go through, and now we're going to be shielding up this one here. Just another Mud Bomb, but it doesn't matter, and we're able to take them out with just a couple of confusions. Alright, moving it on to the next one here. Let's see what we have. We're met with a Altaria, so we've seen this before. We will be able to win this, well, potentially. Let's see, it really depends. My IVs, like we've been over, are pretty horrible, so that is going to be working to our disadvantage, unfortunately, here. That's why I kind of want to make another one. But then I'm going to have all these Umbreons with secondary moves with Last Resort. I guess I can give one to somebody, but then what if I trade them and it goes up? Then they're going to be stuck with something useless at this point. So we're going to go ahead and let this go through. I know we're going to be able to survive barely and get off another one of these. Now, it's up to them. Are they going to shield? Are they going to let it go through? Let it go through. You're good. And they do. And we're able to take them down. Beautiful. And they're bringing in their Azumarill to barely farm us. So we're going to go ahead and go in with our own Azumarill and play the mirror match. So we have a shiny versus shiny here. Cool. Let's just hope they don't have Play Rough. Since we did get to it at the same time, I'm thinking they do have Hydro Pump. And that's exactly what they do have. Fantastic. And we're simply going to be going back and forth with the Hydro Pumps here until somebody does make a switch. Let's see who's going to do it first, or if we're just going to play this all the way down. And there's that swap. They're going for that Meganium. That's perfect. We have Hypno in the back with Fire Punch. Going to go for this Ice Beam, do a lot of damage, swap into our Hypno here. We're still sitting at 2 shields. They're still holding on to 2 shields as well. Not too sure how far down in the game that they want to save those shields, but hey, that's okay. Confusion doing a ton of damage. Gonna let this go through because we're in a comfortable position here. And as soon as this does come in, I'm just gonna go Fire Punch because they're gonna be kind of obligated to use a shield because they are so low. And it's just gonna be too big of a risk to let whatever I throw go through. Hitting us with an Ice Beam, shielding it up, and building up to a Shadow Ball here. Could have went for another Fire Punch to bait that last shield, but we're such in a comfortable position. Oh man, wait a minute. All this comfortable talk. Oh man, we should, we're not gonna win this. You kidding me? Look how close this was. We had this in the bag. Oh wow. Well played. And I'm over here, how long are you gonna hold on to your shields? It's pretty late into the game. What you doing over there? And then they all win. Ha! That's what I get for running my mouth. Well played. Alright, so met with an Azumarill here. Now, I've learned to stick this one out. I mean, you don't need to switch immediately. There is a Play Rough. They did reveal it, so now I'm aware of that. Gonna kind of try to catch it at this point. And we catch it with our Azumarill, which is great. But unfortunately, it is not a Play Rough. It's going to be an Ice Beam there. So they're going to be swapping into their Registeel, and we're going to be building up to a Hydro Pump here. And hopefully they don't shield this up. It's going to be doing a lot of damage. They do shield it up. So that's their first shield there. I think I do decide to shield this up so we can get to another Hydro Pump here. And if they want to use both shields, I mean, by all means, go ahead. Feel free. We're going to be able to go in here with Hypno and put in work with our Fire Punch. So letting it go through, which is great here. Now, at this point, we can go in with the Hypno and farm down. I do believe, or maybe we go in with Umbreon and farm a little bit and then hit our charge. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Farm just a little bit more, gain some energy, and then go for that foul play. Taking out the Registeel. They're going back in with the Azumarill, of course, so now we're just going to be hitting these last resorts. We should be able to hit 2 of these. Or not. Never. No. Close. That's perfectly fine. Hypno can maybe... I don't know if I can farm down at this point, to be honest with you. It's a little ambitious. And I think we're going to let this, it's a nice beam, letting it go through, so good call. Farming a little bit more. Please don't tell me they can get to another one, and they do, unfortunately. So we're going to have to use a shield at this point if we want to even put up a fight on the last Pokemon here. It is going to be an Altaria, and this is a game over. We're going to be able to bait the shield. This is an Ice Punch. Get ready. All right, and we got the shield with the Fire Punch. Not going for the Shadow Ball, but unfortunately, we're just simply too low. They're going to be able to hit a Sky Attack, but yep, good game. All right, moving it on to the next one here. And we're met with a Azumarill again. All right, starting to really miss my Zapdos at this point. And Mawile is taking a little vacation, all right? So it's been putting up a lot of battles, and it's time to just put it on the bench for a little bit. It's not to say it's not good. Obviously, you guys know how much of a Mawile Shadow enthusiast I am. It's just, gotta switch it up. And when people see my name, if they know who I am, and they see the Mawile, they could expect a team that they've seen before, which is a big advantage. Going in here with a whole new team is going to throw people off who do know me and kind of have a lot of the teams that I use memorized. But with this team, they have no idea what to expect. And seeing that it's the last day for the Great League, which you're going to be able to do it tomorrow before it does switch over, but I'm not going to be doing any more Great League battles, so see the team. Yep, go ahead. There's nothing, I'm safe here. So last run was great. Bring up our score quite a bit. Looking forward to the Ultra League. So they're going to be bringing in their Azumarill, and, well, just going to be doing the last resorts. Going to be letting this Hydro Pump go through. And just look at this thing. Our defense on this for the IVs, horrible. But look at how much we're still able to take that. It's just awesome. I couldn't imagine like a perfect Umbreon, like rank 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or whatever, just above like 10 would be crazy tanky. Like, if you're thinking, well, is it really going to make that much of a difference? Like, is it actually going to be that much more tankier? I mean, yeah. I mean, surviving with a couple HP and getting off a charge move is a big deal in a lot of situations. It can pull you the win. We've seen it before. I'm sure you guys know. So we're able to do a lot of damage to the Altaria here. And we're going to be able to go back in here with our Umbreon, and they're swapping into it. Oh, okay, I remember this. I should have hit that foul play. Could have potentially won and took them out with quick moves, but hey, they played that very well. Good game. We're met with a Deoxys for our next battle here, and this is good for us. So they're making a very nice swap, more than likely into a Azumarill here to catch this foul play. It's an Altaria. They're actually using a shield. Okay, and we're going to be going in with our Azumarill. It's not game, but we're looking very good. Like, the probability of winning at this point is like around 89%, just throwing out a random number. But obviously it's looking good, right? Because of the lead matchup. And now this one here, they did use a shield, and we still have 2 shields. Let's see if we can do this here. All right, bringing them low, farming them down. They have no more shields. Now we have energy. Going in with the Registeel. Can we get to Hydro Pump? I think I might shield this up so I can get one off, because they're shieldless, so it's definitely going to be going through, right? And Hydro Pump does a lot of damage to Registeel, so kind of want to land this here. Fantastic. Now at this point, they kind of need to throw their charge, because we're going to be able to take them out with Ice Beam if they don't. So this is great. They're using their energy. Going to be going in here with our Hypno. And when we tank this, I think we're going to be... I don't think we farm all the way down, but they make a swap, so we're going to be going right into our Umbreon as well. Getting ready for that, blocking this up just to keep the Umbreon healthy and safe. And yeah, doing a lot of damage to Deoxys. That's super effective. Of course, I feel like they have Rock Slide and Psycho Boost, because they're going for Rock Slide every single time. And just going to be take them out with the foul play here, and then they have that Registeel. We're going to be able to get to another one with the Umbreon and taking the win. Do you see the performance here? I mean, it's not like Umbreon is a new Pokemon to Great League. It's been around for a very long time, but never really used it. And oh my gosh, what have I been missing out on? It's just like the one thing I won't go to, though, is Registeel. I did use it for one battle yesterday, and I feel dirty. I feel disgusted with myself. That's something I probably won't use. Now, I want to say this really quick. No disrespect to any of them, but a lot of the self-proclaimed elite trainers, who call themselves, you know, that. It's kind of weird entitlement there. But I feel like they shouldn't be using top tier, multiple top tiers. They should be using other things, because if they are so, quote, elite, I mean, wouldn't they be using, you know, underused Pokemon to, you know, show how skillful they are in an actual battle? That's just my logic. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Anyways, able to take that win there. They're going in with the Altaria, and we're just going to be going for the foul play. Like that one dude who went up against me, not trying to dig up old things or anything like that, but I just want to, you know, make it clear, like, you know, the guy that I made a video about, talking all that crap, and they're all telling me I'm not good, but he's sitting there with like all top meta, an Azumarill and a Registeel on his team. Like, all right, man. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and drop that now. Bringing in the Registeel, and we're going to be going for Fire Punch. Oh, yeah. They're blocking it. Okay, that works for me. Decide to use my shield myself. Keeping it healthy. I wanted to catch a Flash Cannon here, or force them to use their energy. Kind of like a third shield, and we're just going to be going back in with Hypno and just, you know, fire punching this thing until it's death. We're going to be able to survive a Flash Cannon easy. And this is going to be doing a lot of damage, and going to probably finish it off with Confusions here. Flash Cannon's going to do a good chunk to our Hypno, but like we went over, this team is like literally all bulky, and we actually had time up. I had more health, so I was able to take that win there. All right, we have a few more battles, folks. Man, oh man, this was a long video. And we're met with a Tropius here, so... All right, yes, they're lagging, but fine. Watch my health. There it goes. They were still getting their charge moves. And I just wanted to emphasize this. I'm not going to do the commentary for now. I just want to talk about this. If you're getting lag like that, and your opponent's not attacking, and you want to be fair, you stop attacking yourself, I'm going to urge you to just attack, okay, guys? Because sometimes they're attacking, it's just not showing it. As you've seen there, all of the Razor Leaves caught up, and they gained their energy. It was happening, and we weren't just visually seeing it. So make sure you take note of that. It's good to be fair and nice, but at the same time, it's not our fault. This game is so broken and so bad at times in the Go Battle League. So just truck on. A lot of times that I've just let people stop attacking. It's like, well, they're lagging, I'll just stop. And then all of a sudden I have half health. But they were attacking the whole time, so I basically was just letting them win. Anyways, back onto the commentary here. Met with the Bastodon, so we're going to be switching into our Azumarill here. This is a good matchup for us. Now, just hoping they don't have something that's super affected to us in the back. Expecting them to switch after this, but they decided to continue on here. And we're waiting for us to get to a Hydro Pump. Very nice counting there, sir. And they're going to be going into a Whiscash, but ooh, yeah, they could take it, but it's doing a ton of damage. We're going to go ahead and shield this up because we wanted to keep this Azumarill healthy at this point, obviously. Going for that Ice Beam and taking them out. They're going in with the Bastodon, and we're just simply going to go back in here with the Hypno and see if we can get to that Shadow Ball, and we do. This is going to take the win for us here. So, yeah, looking good. Oh, well, they survived barely here. It doesn't really matter. Our Azumarill is going to go back in here, or we're going to take it out with Confusion. Man, both of these things just holding on. I feel like they didn't hit all the bubbles. I don't know. So we're met with a Drifblim, and wow, oh wow, this is a great matchup for us. So we're staying in here, and so are they. I'm expecting they're going to hit me with an Icy Wind and then retreat. You know, the whole Icy Wind, drop the attack and go back. But when they do that, I'm going to be able to simply swap too, and there they go. And we're going to go ahead and go into our own Azumarill here. So we're looking pretty good. We are up a shield as long as we play our cards right here. And be careful, not just spam our charge moves whenever they're ready, when the time switch clock is up, so they could potentially swap and catch something. We're going to be looking great here. That's something to always take note of and remember as well. Look at that switch clock, because they could switch as soon as you're, ready to get a charge into something that's going to take not very effective damage, and you would have had that battle, but then they do swap into something to catch it, and then all of a sudden the battle is flipped. So they're going to be swapping right as that switch clock ends into their Drifblim again, and we're going to go right back into our Umbreon. We got both of their shields, and I'm perfectly fine with them lowering my attack. We're going to go ahead and let this first one go through. I do believe I will be shielding up the second one here, so our attack is dropped, but we're still going to be doing a ton of damage. Oh yeah, looking great. Really wanted to farm down at this point and swap out afterwards, but I have to look at that clock. It's getting a little close here, and we got a little brave there. So the clock is up. We're going to be able to swap immediately here. Let's see what happens. Going in with Deoxys, and they tricked me, and they swapped back into their Azumarill. So well played there. We're going to be going into our Hypno to just absorb this damage, and that Azumarill is hanging on by an inch. Literally 1 HP, and we're taking it down with the Confusion. They're going to be bringing in Deoxys. They're shieldless, so this is GG's. I'm going to be able to just go for Shadow Ball here, and then another one. So there is the video, guys. If you did enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up. Really excited for Umbreon, and wow, probably going to invest in my better IV1. And with that said, hope you enjoy this, and I'll be catching you all next time. Enjoy the Athena footage, and take care. All right, Athena, are we going to show them how you're a good puppy? All right, so basically what I'm trying to do with her is just teach her to sit. I mean, it's kind of hard to train young dogs at 8 weeks old, but I mean, it's okay to start young. I mean, it was always okay just to get into their mind. All right, good girl. Stay. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Good girl. So she'll do this, and watch here. Let's see if I can. She should stay here. She's going to finish that one she has there. She should just stay sitting there, even if I call her Athena. Good girl. Look at me. Good girl. All right. See, it's all about the treats. All right. Look at those precious little eyes. Look at her just concentrating. She loves these little pepperoni things. Good girl. Look at me. Look at me. Good girl. I want her to focus on me, but I need to start doing this with in like kind of areas where there's distractions, so I can have her focus on me when, you know, we're around a lot of people or something, or a park. Look at me. Good girl. You're a good girl. Yeah. Yeah, very good. So I just wanted to bring you your daily dose of Athena because I didn't put any in the videos today. So yeah, she's being a good girl. We're getting along here, and this is one awesome journey. So say hi to everybody. Say hi. Look at those precious eyes. Those dog eyes are just so cute. She's still sitting because she thinks I'm going to give her more. She's being a good girl, so I'm going to give her another one. Good girl. Good girl.